My grandma was super hard. Like, she's a hardworking single mom. Being 8, 9, we would be crying like, oh, we're ready to go home. And it's like, be quiet and sit down. My dad was the type of person, he'd get a call, he want to lecture to you. People die. Like, he was that. It's a warming feeling to know that it doesn't matter what profession you can be in. Like, you can still be you. Seeing Bow Wow. Once I was 10 years old and I saw that you could be young, but once I seen Bow make living off of this and still be him and still be a kid, that's when I was like, oh, I'm taking this seriously now. By 10, I was already writing raps. Bone Thugs and Harmony was the first rap CD that I had. They're using their voice as an instrument. And I used them to study how to use your voice in a rhythmic way and also melodic at the same time. With Aaliyah was a huge pillar in forming who the person that I am, because she was feminine and also still tomboyish at the same time. I never seen that before. Yeah. For some reason, traditionally, when it comes to like boom bap, it always gets tricky as far as having the OGs rock with you. In trap and drill, the OGs of that scene, they're pulling their female rappers out. But for boom bap, it's still like, you gotta, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I like...
Welcome to the Libations Podcast, where every sip sparks a conversation. I'm your host, Legacy Lamont. And today we got a special guest in the building. We got to know each other really well over the last few days, right?
Right.
She came out to do a performance and all kind of things that we had, set up for her. She's a Houston rapper who turned a morning car ride freestyle into a mission. Raised in A&Rs home and shaped by military service, she's blending old school grit with a forward-thinking soul. Her EP, Serendipity, chronicles faith, healing, hometown pride, and she's here to share her journey, past, present, and future. All right, let's grab the glasses. We're going to do our customary toast.
Alrighty.
Never above you, never below you, but always by your side.
Cheers. Salud.
Cheers. Salud. Libations. All right.
What was that?
Yeah, this is kind of early. Spicy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I know you like dark, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. It's just we ain't had nothing. It's a little early here.
Yeah, I got you.
Catch or whatever.
It's nice though.
Yeah.
It's got that bite at the beginning.
Yeah.
And then it kind of, yeah.
Yeah. Let's just, for anybody that doesn't know you, for the audience, can you take us back to your upbringing in Houston, specifically A&Rs homes, and share how your mother and your rap career during those early freestyle sessions, like what shaped your love for hip hop?
My mom definitely did. She had been rapping in A&Rs homes. Like at that time, it was the house parties. So you had the MCs that would kind of shake up and live up the crowd. And my mom was one of the ones always on the mic freestyling. So it got to the point where her and like other female rappers like Cinderella would battle. And that would be kind of like the start of like, the show to get people hyped. Once she met my dad, he was like, hey, cut that out. Like, put your dreams to the side now. We have a child. And he didn't want us at all rapping. So when she would drive me to school starting pre-K and at West Elementary, she would make me freestyle only things that I saw during the drive. Wow. I could never bring nothing out because after a while I was like, I think I got some cool I wrote. She'd be like, well, that's nice, but you can only rap what you see. And that immediately shaped me being able to kind of be fluid and flexible in rap, to really just have a love for the poetry itself being fresh on my mind. And so that car rides is what put the cement, down wet for me to kind of start planting something.
Right. Wow. That's dope.
Yeah.
So I'm talking about the school of lyricism.
Yeah.
Growing up with your mom, do you feel like that helps you to, like you said, your fluidity, right? Does it help you write? Like, do you feel like that was a good exercise?
Absolutely. It was so crucial because it was at the same time also, I'm learning still how to speak. I'm 5, 6 years old.
Wow.
So at the same time, I'm learning the English language. I'm learning poetry at the same time. So it's kind of like now I'm at a place I feel poetry is my first language just because of the way I think, even the way I maneuver. So it immediately shaped that because it doesn't matter what the topic is. I'm coming from a place of being able to speak more so on a spiritual kind of thing versus in trying to be so detailed on the specifics, you know? So that's definitely what planted that. It started from there.
Wow. I know you had a little bit of a shakeup in your early childhood. You know, we talked about that this week. How did that change? And, you know, like your mom, you know, not being, you know, around at some point. And it's apparent that y'all was real close. And then also, you know, your dad taking over for a while.
Yeah.
How did that shape who you are right now as a person?
It made me super hard kind of not having that feminine presence of as far as nurturing because being raised by my dad, we had my grandmother in the house as well. And then eventually her twin sister. But my grandma was super hard. Like she's a hardworking single mom, had experienced some things in her life that just made her a go-getter. She was a school teacher and also had like 2 extra jobs taking care of 2 kids by herself. She was doing carpentry, plumbing as well, started investing in rental property. So growing up with just them 2 alone, I didn't have a lot of room for emotions. Like being 8, 9, we would be crying like, oh, we're ready to go home. And it's like, be quiet and sit down. You know what I'm saying? Don't talk unless you're being spoken to. And that really did mold myself and my little sister of just being very mission driven at 8. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's who I am now, you know? So it's helped so much along professionally in my life because of that structure.
Dope. Love to hear that. You say your father was a police officer, right?
Yeah.
How
My
was
dad
that?
was
Did
HPD.
that contribute to your personality or your ethics? Like how you feel about that?
It didn't really play too much because my dad also worked a lot of extra jobs. So he wasn't really at home like that. The most I've seen him be a police officer is when he has his uniform and he's leaving. But I always, because my dad is very strict, so I always assumed he was that police officer that was like a jerk. But come to find out, because he was patrolling on the east side of Houston, which is still an area that's predominantly Black.
Right.
Like it's 4-wheelers on the street. You know what I'm saying? Like they do that. Like they doing wheelies still to this day. And it was like that 20, 30 years ago. My dad was the type of person, he get a call, he want to lecture to you. Like, man, come on now. Like people die. Like he was that. And so knowing that still, even outside, that's who he is and knowing how I am as a person, like it's a warming feeling to know that it doesn't matter what profession you can be in. Like you can still be you. You know what I'm saying? And so that's really all that it shaped for me when it comes to my dad being a police officer, you know.
Okay, you know, talking about the music and how, you know, your upbringing shaped your music. And at what point did you say, you know what, like I could do this? Besides, you know, mom kind of training you up in poetry being your first language.
Yeah.
At what point did you say, you know what, this is me, this is what I'm going to do? Is there a defining moment for you?
This is going to be crazy because he don't really get his flowers in this way. And I don't even think I told you this, but seeing Bow Wow. Once I was 10 years old, and I saw that you could be young. Because, well, of course, I've seen child actors, right? So I did have a little moment where I was like, okay, I'm going to try to get a Nickelodeon and try to do the child actor thing in Nickelodeon. And then I'll branch off and do music. But once I seen Bow make a living off of this and still be him and still be a kid, like rocking with Snoop, like for a long time, first growing up before Bow, Snoop was kind of like, that could be my dad. You know what I'm saying? Like I was on that. That's when I was like, oh, I'm taking this seriously now. Like I'm not waiting until I'm 18, 19. So by 10, I was already writing raps. By the age of 13, I was already in the studio. So like that's when, at 10 is when I was like, this is my career for sure.
Wow. Shout out to Bow Wow too.
Yeah, shout out to Bow.
And you in that age group too, because my sister was born in 91.
Okay.
Behind you.
Yeah.
But yeah, that same, you know, he was big.
He was
at that
big,
point back,
man.
You know, in that time frame. I mean, he was a
sure.
little kid for me. I was like, yo, you know.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
cool, you know, with that cosign and then like that whole So Def movement, the Brat. It was a vibe.
It was a vibe,
yes,
man.
It was. That was a good time for music, for sure.
Yeah.
You also listed like that you have a big influence from Bone Thugs and Harmony and Aaliyah.
Yeah.
How do those two kind of mold your sound?
Bone Thugs and Harmony was the first rap CD that I had actually had in my possession. I didn't purchase it because I was like 8, 9 at the time. My mom had went through a certain period in her life where she stopped listening to secular music. And so all of her CD cases that she was about to trash out, I like picked up a few that I just liked the cover. And Bone Thugs and Harmony was the first one that I was like, wow, they're using their voice as an instrument. That was the first time I picked up on that. And so I kept them in my pocket and I used them to study how to use your voice in a rhythmic way and also melodic at the same time. So that's where that came with Bone Thugs and Harmony. With Aaliyah, she was a huge pillar in forming who the person that I am because she was feminine and also still tomboyish at the same time. I had never seen that before.
Yeah. Okay.
And me being raised by my dad, you see what I'm saying? That was like a nice like structure to be like, okay, it's possible. It's a place for this. So it was Aaliyah and how she, you know what I'm saying?
You saw yourself in her.
Yeah, for sure.
Representing for you, for your particular personality.
Facts.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Because she's soft spoken, but she still when she's on stage, when you see her music videos or movies, she has this presence about her. You know what I'm saying? So
generational talent. R.I.P. Aaliyah.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Okay, so we talked about your early influences. What do you think about the hip hop right now? Music in general. Do you have any takeaways? Like, how do you think you fit into the current, I guess, scene in music?
I think hip hop right now, really music in general, is in a new renaissance.
Yes.
We are definitely in this crazy, underground pocket that we haven't been able to thrive in for a long time because it's always been about the money. But since things are being changed right now on the business side, it's allowing us to thrive in whatever is your thing, whatever is your niche, your pocket. If you hone in on that, you solid because it's the wild, wild west right now.
Right.
Somebody who never rapped a day in their life can start today and be in the conversation before this year is over.
Right.
It's a beautiful place to be in. You know what I'm saying? It can be scary, but I think it's only going to be scary if you don't know who you are and what's the purpose that you're doing. But if you know your lane, you own it. You solid.
I agree. And there's a lot, we had this conversation, but there's a lot to be said about, how you present yourself as an artist nowadays.
For sure.
Versus before where there were A&Rs. I mean, there's still A&Rs, but maybe, they're not looking for just talent anymore. They're looking for more qualities. Can you talk about that?
Yeah. What I've noticed right now that's going with the A&Rs is there's two things. They're looking for if you already have a basis of your branding. And then it's also followers. Now, what's interesting is it did a switch during COVID. COVID is what made the switch of we care about your followers and what you have going on. We're going to instantly give you a deal. Now they're like, well, let's peel back and let's let the artists kind of do their own artist development. And then let's pick up the pieces from there. So that part is going to be interesting, especially for if you're 17 and 18. I don't think it'll be slim if we ever see a Justin Bieber again in this time because the simple fact they want you to already do artist development. And if you got a fire, blessed vocal talent right now, but you're only 14, but you're expecting to already have artist development and have a crazy following, come on now. You know what I mean? So now you want this 14-year-old to stand on the corner all the time and just hope that he goes viral enough to pay attention. And that's the thing that sucks because when you have such a gift, not only are you exposing yourself to the industry super early, but you're also exposing yourself to the world. And if you go viral before the right A&R comes and now you sign to Joe Schmo who just got $50,000 and he borrowed from his mom and he's signing you, it can get real sticky. So that's my take on it is know who you are, get with some solid people and just build.
Do you think it's important to build a team around your brand as an artist?
Not at the beginning. It becomes important for you to get a team when it's at the point where in a single day, you are being tied up to doing the logistics more than being an artist. Then it's time for you to be a team.
Right.
If you realize, dang, I've been wanting to write this song, I got this super great concept and it's been 4 days and you seriously cannot get to it because you're so focused on bookings and answering emails and going to podcast interviews that you haven't taken time to write, you need a team.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I respect that.
Yeah, for sure.
Dope. All right. Speaking on hip hop today, what do you think sets you apart from other lady MCs in your lane?
I think the most obvious thing is being eccentric. Right now, shout out to the drill right now and the trap scene. They are really, really going hard for their female MCs. But it's for some reason traditionally when it comes to like boom bap and when it comes to like your pop rap, it always gets tricky. You know what I'm saying? As far as having the OGs rock with you. I'm seeing that. I don't know if you peeped that in trap and drill.
Mm-hmm.
The OGs of that scene, they're pulling their female rappers out. But for boom bap, it's still like you gotta, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I like,
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
You don't think that's the same for male artists too?
Well,
You know,
definitely
more
it
lyrical
is.
stuff in this microwave culture today. We have like, you know, everybody wants a vibe. Nobody has that music. I think like the days of like people sitting down and like listening and consuming the words and the concept isn't as prevalent because people want stuff like this. They want it when they go out to the club. They want it when they, you know, doing XYZ when they partying.
Yeah.
But you know, what are you listening to on a Monday, Tuesday in the morning with your coffee or on your drive to work?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times I feel like they be listening to that, which is, you know, I don't know. I guess just different strokes for different folks.
Yeah. It's just I just feel like as far as like very traditional hip hop, we still have an issue of bigging up the young homies. Like it's a serious thing. And that's why for so long a cosign was so essential, just because of the fact that it wasn't naturally happening like it should. If somebody is coming up on your feed or you hearing their name as an OG, like those relationships should be cultivated. It's essential for the growth of our community.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I want to see that more, you know?
But I think it's also tied to how you operate in your brand. If your engagement's there, you foster your community, you're doing XYZ.
Yeah.
Now it's like, okay, not only is this artist talented, they can sell tickets, we can put products out there for people to consume.
Yeah.
And so you're looking at it from that perspective, because like before, back in the day, they were blowing a lot of money. You know, they assign you and they put you on tour, this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
And it probably wasn't cost effective for them. Now we in this age where we paying for subscriptions to consume music instead of like that direct to consumer sales, like the, you know, album sales and stuff like that. And so I don't know, I feel like it's interesting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's still, man, there's two sides when it comes to anything in the entertainment industry. You have the art itself and then you have the business. And I feel like once we're talking about this stuff and you start bringing up the metrics over the art itself, it becomes very tricky, because it's like, are you messing with this person because they have a nice hype, or do you genuinely rock with them? And then it's like, oh no, I genuinely been rocking with you, but now you own, so now I'm going to showcase it. So it doesn't feel genuine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you seen while I was building and you didn't reach out and you just peeped and waited, you know what I'm saying?
But I think, like you said, it's a renaissance. I think it's people like me that are really looking for
They're
people
really
that's
looking.
serious and the vibe is right. And like, if I reach out to you, you're not going to, I'm telling you, it's been people that we reached out to on this platform.
Yeah.
And then, you know, they're not huge, but we just see their talent. Oh no, I'm not spending no money. I'm not coming to that. It's like, you know, every opportunity ain't for everybody.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it, but sometimes you gotta recognize our opportunity when it's presented to you.
Very true. Hey, what's up, y'all? Jenae Inez. I'm right here at Off Top. I just got through my live performance and it is dropping on Friday at 5 p.m. See y'all.